welcome to another episode of Inappropriate Movie Database, the comedy game show about content warnings. I'm Nick Martucci. I'm your host. Thank you so much for coming back. If you've seen the show before, and if you haven't, welcome. I'm so excited for the show tonight. Should have waited an extra minute before I started the show, or muted my guests, so that wouldn't happen. But it's happened. The show's happening. It's live. It's fresh. Before we get started, huge announcement. I promised it if you saw a post that led you to this video. I'm so happy to announce that we are doing another live in-person show Tuesday, April 12th at 7 p.m. If you are in the Boston area, please come out. We are going to the Midway Cafe in Jamaica Plain. This is going to be our first time at that venue, and I am so excited. Josh Pick is going to be producing that show. It's going to be such a great show. We've got Angela Sawyer's going to be there. Danya Tromer's going to be there. Xavier Maurice is going to be there. I'm so excited for this to happen, and I need all of you, if you are in the area, to please come out to that show. If it's a success, we can keep doing them. I'm so excited to try it out there. It's gonna be so fun. Tickets are gonna be $5 at the door. Please come out to that. That's and Josh, if I'm forgetting anything, please let me know.
Yeah, 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Yeah, it's a 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. show, so I guess probably we'll have a comic or two ahead of the show.
Yeah, it's just going to be a fun night of comedy and this fun game show. So please come out to that. Hopefully, like I said, if that goes well, we're going to keep doing them there. So like I said, that's going to be Tuesday, April 12th, 7 p.m. at the Midway Cafe in Jamaica Plain. For more information on that, look out on social media. If you're not part of the Facebook group, join that. Stumbling over my words already. It's going to be a long night. Join the Facebook group. That's Inappropriate Movie Database. Search the group on Facebook or click the link in the description. Also follow the show on Instagram and Facebook at IMDb Game. That's where we're going to be posting more about this show as well as that upcoming live show. So please follow all that. Look out for that. Thank you for watching tonight. So excited for the theme tonight. We're doing, in honor of the Oscars coming out soon, we're going to do movies featuring performances that were either nominated for or won a Best Actress Oscar. Oscars are a lot of fun. If you didn't know, they were created to try to get Hollywood to not unionize. So it's a fun, it's scab for the sake of gold. It's nice. So we're gonna do that tonight. I love this group of people. I'm so happy they're here. Let me bring them in. Joining me on the show tonight are Jere Pilapil, Josh Pick, Julie Cameron, and Sammie James. Hey, everybody.
Hello, Nick.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Perfect. I talked to him already. Let me bring him in. Like I said, he's the producer of the live show. He's the reason we get to do this in person. Josh Pick, back on the show. Hey, Josh.
Hey, Nick.
I think this is, as far as like the canon shows that go, I think this is the 25th canon episode for you.
Yeah, I think so.
Your record is 4-20. So I don't know why you decided to do another show.
I don't really either. I should have just stopped, but I figure I could just put an asterisk and pretend like nothing else is real because life has no meaning anyway.
No, just know that it did happen, and at one point the numbers were perfect.
Yeah, that's nothing lasts forever, Nick.
Don't I know that? That's why I'm trying to squeeze out every bit of this show I can while people are watching. Speaking of people watching, hey, Lloyd's watching. I see him in the comments.
Lloyd Legacy.
What up, Lloyd?
Hello, Lloyd.
Josh, thanks for being here, and thanks for helping me put that together. You've been
I can't wait to
such a huge support and push for this show, and as always, so appreciative.
Yeah, it's gonna be good for the community. Epic game show again.
Also returning to the show, he's just become like a fixture of the Thursday shows lately. Third Thursday in a row. Jere Pilapil back on the show. Hey, Jere.
Hey, Mr. Thursday Night, right here. Hell yeah.
That's what I've always called you, and I'm so happy it makes sense now.
Yeah, I didn't exist on Thursdays before this.
How you feeling about this show tonight?
I'm feeling pretty good. It's a kind of a narrow field of as far as the theme goes. So
yeah, I'm hoping that that's either going to really help or really screw everyone up.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm excited. I'm always excited to play.
I'm always excited to have you here. Also returning to the show, Sammie James back on the show. Hey, Sammie.
Hey.
Thank you for coming back.
Thanks for having me back.
I think you're coming off of a win from your last appearance.
Yeah, my first and only win. Yeah.
Hell yeah, Sammie James.
So yeah, tonight's going to be number 2, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And I will say I'll say this publicly now because I watched it and I've already told her online, but let me tell her in person and tell you, the audience. Sammie James just put out her special on YouTube. Your Mom Loves Me. That's what it's called, right?
Oh yeah.
I watched it. It's so funny. You should watch that. Look at after this show. Watch this show, and then you're already going to be on YouTube. So go search that.
Does this stays on YouTube though, right? So
I think so.
You could come back. I'm just saying.
I mean, you could probably open 2 windows. I don't know how any of these numbers work.
You could open 2 windows. It would be a very
listen to one and you watch the subtitles of the other one.
Exactly.
It'll get really confusing.
Multitasking.
But yeah, no, great special. It was so fun. I loved it. Finally returning to the show. So happy she's back. Julie Cameron back on the show.
You got it right.
I did get it right. I have officially taken the other person I know just out of my brain completely, out of respect for you.
Well, thank you.
Welcome back. Thanks for coming back.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you said that you were thinking about studying for this show. Did that happen?
It did not.
No, that is the smart move. I would advise nobody to study for this show.
I took a nap instead.
That is the much better option. How you feeling about this? Do you watch? Do you give a shit about the Oscars?
Oh, Oscar season is like my favorite movie season.
Oh,
like the Oscars are like my Super Bowl. I get very excited about them.
Well, perfect. Maybe that'll help tonight.
So if I said that and then I lose badly tonight, it's gonna be real embarrassing.
I mean, it can go in any direction. Like I said, I if I didn't do this, I wouldn't have known that most of these movies even had any Oscar nominations.
Well, now it seems like it's gonna be hard.
No, I also haven't paid attention to the Oscars in like 10 years.
Okay. All right.
But thank you for coming back. Thank you all for coming back. Always love to see you. You all know how this game works. If you, the audience, do not, if this is your first time watching, here's what's going to happen tonight. I have gone to IMDb, the Internet Movie Database, and I have pulled parental content warnings for way too many movies. Like I said, all the movies tonight feature an Oscar-nominated or winning performance. I guess to be winning, it's also nominated. These parental warnings, I don't know who writes them. I don't. I'm just glad that these anonymous weirdos do, because I have stretched it into 75 episodes total. If you count the live shows, it's too much. Anyway, I'm going to read these warnings. My friends here are going to try to figure out what movie these warnings are from. So unless there's anything else anybody wants to add, I think it's time to jump right into it.
Yeah.
And to do that, Jere, I'm going to go to you first.
Yeah.
Would you like a movie from 1973, 1987, or 2006?
73.
73. All right, first movie of the night from 1973. For 5 points under the category of sex and nudity, a nude statue is shown in the church. All right, for 4 points under the category of alcohol, drugs, and smoking, the drugs Ritalin and Thorazine are referenced.
Ooh. I'm looking for the reaction.
All right, Sammie, what movie do you think this is?
Is this The Exorcist?
Nominated for Best Actress was Ellen Burstyn. This is The Exorcist.
Yeah!
Nice.
Horror movie podcast. I literally just rewatched this movie to do a movie review of it.
How did it hold up for you?
I mean, it was. There were some scenes that are still freaking terrifying.
Uh-huh. The Exorcist, Ellen Burstyn as the mother, whose name I can't remember. The other clues in that, under violence and gore, the movie is hardly violent or gory, just extremely terrifying. Frightening and intense scenes, the demon may be frightening to some viewers. And sex and nudity, some sexual related insults are said by a little girl who is possessed by the devil.
There was so much, like, I wanted to reference so much of those scenes because I review movies as a demon now. It's a TikTok that I'm putting together.
Uh-huh.
And I really, I'm just like, I can't, I really wanted the, F Jesus, F you. I was just like, I can't, that's not gonna.
Yeah, she says some stuff in that movie that might get you kicked off of some of those social networks.
I know. It's just thinking.
It's really the turning red of its time.
Oh my God.
Sammie, you've got 4 points. The rest of you are at 0. Let's get to the next movie. Josh, would you like a movie from 1987, 1990, or 2010?
1990.
1990.
Nice even number.
From 1990 for 5 points. Under profanity, cocksucker is said once toward the end, but it's easy to miss. The movie is tame in terms of profanity. Jere has buzzed in. Anybody else? All right, Jere, what do you think this movie is?
Silence of the Lambs?
It is not Silence of the Lambs. Julie, a little late on that. I will have to read the next clue. For 4 points, under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, a man is given pills many times. Julie, I think, might know this. Does anybody else want to buzz in? Jere's also going to buzz in. Jere, what do you think this movie is?
The Misery?
Julie, what do you think?
Misery.
Winner, Kathy Bates for Misery.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, the only place in the Oscars for horror is Best Actress. Except for Toni Collette, in every movie that she's deserved an Oscar for. Other clues in Misery under frightening and intense scenes. One character has some scenes where she is very violent and temperamental. And some scenes that include her in such a stage may frighten younger children. A man types the F word during one scene whilst writing a novel. This is intended to be comical. Teens should be okay with watching the scene, as almost all teen books nowadays have written uses of the F word.
What?
Nice editorializing.
What's up, Josh?
Can I take a guess?
Oh, absolutely.
Is it Misery?
It's not Misery.
Can I have a point?
Later I'll give you a point.
All right.
And under violence and gore, a man's ankles are broken through torture methods. One of the most iconic moments in the movie.
So much worse in the book.
Is it really?
She just cuts his feet off.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
Sammie and Julie now tied in the lead with 4 points each. Jere at 3, Josh at 0. Julie,
Whatever.
would you like a movie from 1991, 1997, or 2002?
97.
97. From 1997 for 5 points. Under profanity, 6 uses of bastard, including 2 uses of the Italian word bastardo. That's my authentic Italian accent.
I had a guess and then I lost it.
Josh is going to take a guess. Does anybody else want to jump in? All right, Josh, what do you think this movie is?
It's that famous scene in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas when Christina Ricci says, "You're a bastardo," and "You're a bastardo," Johnny Depp and Benicio del Toro. So
it's weird because that
Vegas.
That line is in that movie. You're a bastardo, Johnny Depp, but it's not Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Raspberries.
For 4 points, under frightening and intense scenes, the movie starts off rather cheery and jovial in nature, but then turns into have a very dark and depressing tone.
Yep.
Copy and pasted. I see everyone but Sammie. Josh, what do you think this movie is?
Eight-Legged Freaks.
Jere, what do you think?
I think Titanic.
Julie, what do you think?
That makes sense.
I was also gonna say Titanic.
I want to change my guess.
Titanic won like 11 Oscars, but not Best Actress. Just nominated for Kate Winslet. This is Titanic.
A couple later.
Yeah, she had to do the joke from the TV show that she did a guest spot on. That's always a fun thing. What was that? Extras, I think, the Ricky Gervais show. There's a whole. I think it's like the first episode. She's like, "Oh no, I'm doing a Holocaust movie because those get you Oscars." And then, like 5 years later, did a Holocaust movie and won the Oscar.
What's the bastardo scene in Titanic?
It's his friend. He's got that Italian friend that he abandons immediately.
I don't remember that. I was 13 and my mom took me to see that in the theater. And oh boy, did that suck.
Other clues in this under alcohol, drugs, and smoking. In the third class party, people are seen drinking. Sex and nudity, a woman poses for a man to draw her, and there are many glimpses of her bare breasts with the rest of her body blocked off by his drawing pad. Back in the present, the older woman comments, quote, "Did we do it?" in response to the crew's intrigue as to what happened next, but she then says that they didn't, at least not until the following. And under frightening and intense scenes, the final sinking sequence is quite tense, as are the moments afterwards where the survivors find themselves in freezing cold water. Julie in the lead now with 8 points. Jere right behind at 7. Sammie at 4. Josh at -2.
I can see how that might not have been Eight-Legged Freaks now.
Sammie, would you like a movie from 1967, 1975, or 2017?
67.
67. All right, from 1967 for 5 points. Under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, several characters drink repeatedly throughout the movie, and a woman states that she was an alcoholic. Julie, real excited. Does anybody else have a guess? Josh is gonna take a guess.
I can't think of the name of the movie. I know what the movie is. I know who the actor is.
Josh, what do you think this movie is?
The Sound of Music?
Julie, what do you think this movie is?
The Graduate.
It is not The Sound of Music.
Are you sure?
I am sure. However,
I
Anne
realized-
Bancroft.
Yeah.
Anne Bancroft nominated for Best Actress for The Graduate.
I realized my my guess was definitely wrong, and I panicked.
Yep.
Would you also have accepted Eight-Legged Freaks?
For that
Oh.
one, yes.
God damn it! Thanks, Jere.
Other clues in The Graduate under violence and gore: a man cuts his finger with a razor blade accidentally, and bloody is briefly shown. Very minor. Sex and nudity: in one scene, a young man and a young woman enter a men's club. A dancer in a G-string and breast covered with tassels is seen. Frightening and intense scenes: the scene where a woman threatens to tell her daughter that she and her daughter's boyfriend has previously had an affair is quite intense. And sex and nudity: there is a brief scene where an older woman begins to seduce a younger man in her daughter's room, where you can make out her nude reflection in the reflection of a portrait. However, only her rear end is visible.
Damn, yeah, Eight-Legged Freaks.
She had some insane tan lines in that scene too, because it was the 60s.
That's how they did it back then. Julie, now in the lead even further at 13 points. Jere at 7, Sammie at 4, Josh at -3. Jere, would you like a movie from 1967, 2001, or 2006?
1967.
1967, same year as The Graduate. So whoever this was up against Anne Bancroft from 1967 for 5 points. Under sex and nudity, a woman walks around her room naked at the beginning. Brief flashes of her buttocks and breasts are seen, but this scene is not graphic. I see Josh and Jere. Anybody else? Jere, what do you think this movie is?
I think this is Bonnie and Clyde.
Josh, what do you think this movie is?
Rosemary's Baby. Very horny movie.
Yeah, and a movie that probably won't show up on this show for reasons. However, Faye Dunaway also nominated for Best Actress for Bonnie and Clyde. We are flying through these.
I wanted to steal your answer, Jere, because I thought it was probably correct, but I didn't.
Hey, I respect that you have that kind of integrity.
Yeah. Well, I'm no Scott.
It's like the only integrity you have, but I know. But like,
It is. It's the only shred I've got left.
yeah.
If I had any to begin with, which is a whole other show.
Other clues in Bonnie and Clyde under profanity: curses is infrequent and mostly in the context of Southern slang. The strongest swear is son of a bitch, used a few times in frustration or displeasure. Violence and gore. A man attacks one of the main characters with a cleaver. He eventually defends himself by hitting the man in the head with a heavy object. Some blood is shown on his wounds. Violence and gore. Several characters are shot in various shootouts throughout the film, usually without blood shown. And violence and gore. The two title characters are gunned to death in a hail of machine gun fire at the end of the film. Various shots in this scene are in slow motion. This is the bloodiest and most shocking scene. Julie still in the lead at 13. Jere right behind at 12. Sammie at 4. Josh at -4.
Come on, man.
Josh, would you like a movie from 1975, 1991, or 2012?
1967, please.
That's not going to happen.
90. Well, I don't know. Maybe 91.
91. From 1991, Josh is already buzzing in, but I'm going to read this clue anyway.
Yeah, I was just doing it.
5 points. Under violence and gore, a man smacks another man with his hat. I just see Josh and Julie. Anybody else? Josh, I'm going to go to you first. What are you going to guess this time?
Silence of the Lambs.
Julie, what are you going to guess?
Second guessing myself. But is it Thelma and Louise?
It is not Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, it is. Remember when he's like, "Oh, you silly cop," and he hits him with his hat, and then just lets him walk away peacefully.
And fava beans pop out of his head.
That's very
Yeah, it's
similar to the
hilarious.
scene I'm thinking of,
Yeah.
just a different movie.
But both Gina Davis and Susan Sarandon were nominated for Best Actress for Thelma and Louise.
Hell yeah.
I don't think I've ever had a game that's gone this long without getting to the third clue in a movie. Other clues in this: under violence and gore, a truck blows up. Under profanity, a woman accuses a man of calling her and her friend, quote, beavers, which is referring to their private parts.
Oh,
Thank you.
Alcohol, drugs, and smoking. 2 women are driving after leaving a bar. One asks the other to pull over to the side of the road and vomits, implying she is a little drunk, and because of the shock that she just killed someone. You can see her vomiting. And violence and gore. Violence and gore, a car drives into the Grand Canyon with 2 women inside.
That we know of.
We're on track. I'm wondering if it was going to happen. We had the high scores held for a while on this game. And then a couple of weeks ago, Tyler Tuttle got the high score. And then in the next episode, Connor Shanahan got the high score. Julie, right now you're at 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We still have 6 movies to go.
Dang.
Jere, you're at 12.
Am I trying to beat a record?
You are on track to get the high score in the game, is what it means.
Oh, don't tell her that now.
I know, now I'm going to be cursed.
Mm-hmm. Jared is at 12. Sammie at 4. Josh at -5.
Even at 4. Like, listen, I'm in the positives.
Sammie, right out the gate, got the first one and then has sat out the rest of the game.
That's what happened to me last time. I got like 1 5-point answer and then just wrote it the rest of the time.
Listen, if playing all these games with Lloyd Legacy Sharp has taught me one thing, it is
You get your points and you
get
sit
cocky.
down.
Don't get cocky.
yeah.
Julie, would you like a movie from 1987, 2006, or 2010?
2010.
2010. All right, from 2010 for 5 points. Under violence and gore, Compared to the sexual content, the violence in the movie is far more intense and graphic than the sexuality, and more pervasive. Josh is going to take a guess, as is his wont. Josh, what do you think this movie is?
As is my want indeed, buddy. Wow, that's a lot of airs. I think I'm off by a year, but is it Black Swan?
Natalie Portman won the Oscar for Black Swan.
Yeah.
I really thought that we would go a little further, but no, even Josh has to get a 5-point clue in this game.
now I can go and fuck off again. So it's been fun. Thanks.
Other clues in Black Swan: under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, 2 women drink and take ecstasy in one scene. It shows the effect of the drug, but in a very dark and unappealing light. Sex and nudity: the director tells the main character to touch herself as a homework assignment to get in touch with her darker sexual side. Frightening and intense scenes: many of the themes are stabbing, self-mutilation, disturbing hallucinations, injuries, and bloody images. This movie is not for the faint-hearted. And violence and gore: several camera shots focus on the main character's battered feet. We watch as she attends to black, broken, and bleeding toenails. The overall effect depicts ballet as an art form that requires something like self-torture and mutilation in order to perform it. Julie's still in the lead at 18, Jere at 12, Sammie at 4, Josh is up to 0.
Back in the game, guys. Don't worry about me.
Sammie, would you like a movie from 1987, 2002, or 2017?
2017.
Were there movies that year?
A couple.
Huh.
This was one of them from
told me.
2017. For 5 points under violence and gore, in one scene, when a woman and a man have an altercation, she chases him with a gun. No one gets hurt.
But it's already not the movie I was planning on guessing. Unless it is.
I'll take a.
Go ahead, Josh. Take a guess.
I don't know what year movies came out after 2010 or so. It's all been a real blurry decade, plus a couple years, I guess. Give or take. Is it I, Tanya?
Margot Robbie nominated for Best Actress for I, Tanya.
I've said it before, and I'll say it. I don't understand my autism. I just know that it's there, and sometimes there it is.
As
All
a
right,
real,
Josh has just been like a sleeper agent. Is just here to like make sure I don't get a top score.
as a real fuck you to everyone else playing, Josh has decided to be good in the second half of this game.
Right, and like stupidly good.
Josh doesn't know new movies, has only gotten movies from the 2010s.
I've never seen I, Tanya. Is it good? I've never seen it. Who won the? Is Margot someone?
Margot Robbie.
I don't know.
Nominated.
Wait, is that Harley Quinn?
It is Harley Quinn.
I know who that is. Hey, look at me.
Tune into Monday nights.
Great. She was great in that movie.
Oh, absolutely. And tune in Monday night. Josh is going to be on again for movies from the last 5 years, which I thought he would bomb, but we will see.
I'm gonna.
The other clues in I, Tanya: Under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, major characters are shown smoking frequently on camera, especially during the interview scenes. Frightening and intense scenes, two characters get into an argument where objects getting thrown around thoughtlessly. The last of these objects is a steak knife, which hits a character in the arm. It sticks out of her arm until she pulls it out. There's some blood on her sleeve and on the tip of the knife. There's a drawn-out moment where the audience isn't sure if the victim will retaliate, but she simply puts the knife back down on the table and walks away. Violence and gore, a woman gets hit on the knees by a man with a baton. The man runs away while the woman screams. The hit itself is not shown in frame. And alcohol, drugs, and smoking, a skating coach berates a mother for smoking on the ice, while the mother ignores her. A skater is shown smoking before a competition, and after a practice, she is also shown using an inhaler.
I was just old enough in 1994 to get to really appreciate what was happening. That shit ruled, man.
Honestly, Josh, you should watch this movie.
I've been meaning to for,
Like,
I guess, 5 years now, so.
Well, like I said, we are speed running this game. We've got 4 movies left. One more go around, one more for each of you. Hold on. Realized I never plugged my computer in, and that is bad.
Oh, gee whiz.
You would think after 70-something episodes of this show, I would remember to do basic shit like that.
No.
Julie is at 18 points. Jere is at 12. Josh is at 5. Sammie is at 4.
I guess I need to guess again.
And the way this game is going, it's anybody's game. There's still 20 points on the board.
Oh, that's still a lot of times to say 8-legged freaks.
Yeah, can you go back to that, Josh? That was helping me out.
Yeah.
If I can get the 4-point thing read, it would be very nice.
Jere, would you like a movie from 1975, 2001, or 2006?
75.
75. All right, from 1975 for 5 points, under profanity. Many people believe that the uncle uses the word shite, but he is saying shout. He just has a thick accent. Okay, for 4 points.
This movie came out.
Under violence and gore, the main character is bullied by his older cousin in one scene, although it's comical and played for laughs. Any violence in the scene is fairly slapstick, comedic, and very mild with no blood. Josh has buzzed in. He either knows this or this is the first time we will get past the 4-point clue.
What was the first clue?
First clue is many people believe that the uncle uses the word shite, but he is saying shout. He just has a thick accent.
Oh yeah, 8-legged freaks.
That's the one.
No, is it? I think it's not Deliverance, is it?
It is not Deliverance.
Yeah, okay.
You did pick a movie that I don't think there were actresses in.
Yeah, well, I didn't think I was right, Nick. All right, then I'm gonna change my answer to American Beauty, but not for Annette Bening, for Kevin Spacey. You happy now?
All right. The 9th movie for the first time
You
tonight.
have to be mean to me.
The 3-point clue. Under frightening and intense scenes, some of the hallucinations are really quirky and strange. These scenes may frighten some younger viewers. Jere has buzzed in. Josh has buzzed in. Sammie or Julie, anything? All right. Josh, what do you think this movie is?
Yellow Submarine.
Jere, what do you think this movie is?
In a way, he's kind of close. Is it Tommy?
In a way, he is kind of close. Anne Margaret, nominated for Best Actress
Oh.
for The Who's Tommy.
I knew it was somewhere in that world, but I couldn't think of anything that wasn't stupid.
That one really surprised me.
Problem.
It's very surprising to know that got nominated for an Oscar. Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
Jere, nice, good job there, Jere.
I was once an angry young man.
I was.
Also well known.
Yeah.
Also in Tommy under profanity, none. The film only features music with no spoken dialogue. The music contains no explicit lyrics. And alcohol, drugs, and smoking, there is a long scene in which the main character is injected with dozens of needles of LSD by the Acid Queen, a drug-obsessed prostitute. This is the most adult scene in the film.
Well, if you had led with that, I would have gotten it.
You can say that about most of the 1-point clues.
So?
The Acid Queen, played by Tina Turner, was supposed to be played by David Bowie. Also, Jack Nicholson is in this movie, just lip syncing.
I need to watch this movie.
It's
Yeah.
weird.
It sounds like it.
Elton John goes up against him in Pinball Wizard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's
His
a
cover's
great,
very good.
It's a great flick.
What the fuck is the movie?
It's the movie of Tommy, the deaf, dumb, and blind kid from Pinball Wizard.
It's a
All
rock
right.
opera written by The Who.
Yeah.
The 70s were wild, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Tell me about it. So I wasn't there.
We've got 3 movies left. Julie is at 18. Jere is at 15. Sammie is at 4. Josh is at 3.
I want to
Josh
point out
gets-
that I haven't gotten a single point since you cursed me, Nick.
I am
Yeah.
so
Not
sorry.
a single one.
I've given you every opportunity. I don't know why you stopped buzzing in.
Nick is the curse master, so.
No, I'm really bad at hosting this game. Like, I don't know why anybody comes back. Josh, you get to pick this movie.
Rooting for you. Yeah.
Would you like a movie from 1991, 2002, or 2012?
91. Nice even number.
91. From 1991, for 5 points, under frightening and intense scenes, a character talks about sex in a disturbing way. Josh has buzzed in. Anybody else want to buzz in? Josh, what do you think this movie is?
I don't know, fucking Silence of the Lambs or something?
I mean, you've guessed it every other time a movie comes up from around this year.
Yeah.
It's about time you got it right. Jodie Foster won Best Actress for Silence of the Lambs.
Hey.
It was bound to come up eventually.
Yeah.
Other clues in Silence of the Lambs under frightening and intense scenes. In many ways, this film is considered a horror movie.
Because it's a horror movie.
What an odd thing to say.
Only
That's
in
one
many
of the
ways. Not every way, though.
If you go by genre, this would be considered a horror movie.
I
But
guess
if you went by length, maybe a drama.
Under sex and nudity,
it's a movie about cars.
a scene that I think was alluded to earlier. Well, in an asylum, a woman has semen thrown on her face by an inmate. Sex and nudity, a character dances naked in front of the camera. His genitals are tucked between his legs, but his pubic hair is clearly visible for a couple of seconds.
Oh, I Tanya.
And violence and gore, brief allusions to cannibalistic acts.
What?
I'd say a little more than
That
brief.
could be anything.
Yeah.
1991, that's a lot of movies.
Yeah, that's wide open, Nick.
It's Thelma and Louise.
Two movies remain. Julie at 18, Jere at 15, Josh at 8, Sammie at 4. Julie, would you like a movie from 1987, 2002, or 2006?
2002.
2002.
No.
For 5 points from 2002, under Sex and Nudity, costumes true to the genre are risque. Julie's going to take a guess. Anybody else? Jere is also going to take a guess. Jere, what do you think this movie is?
Chicago.
Julie, what do you think this movie is?
Chicago.
Renee Zellweger nominated for Best Actress for Chicago. This is, I think, overall the highest scoring game I've had of this show. This is amazing.
Well, the last time I was on
love
here, I think was
women.
the lowest scoring.
We're all going to get out of here before 9.
Bunch of cool ass feminists in this town.
Other clues in Chicago, under profanity, the word shit, ass, goddamn, and damn are used several times, as are terms like floozy, whore, slut. Some moderate to strong sexual references scattered throughout. Alcohol, drugs, and smoking. Many characters smoke and drink, sometimes to excess, just as one might expect in a movie set in the nightclub scene of the 1920s. Violence and gore. 6 different women talk about how they murdered their husbands and boyfriends. These include stabbing, shootings, and a poisoning. A woman sings in Hungarian without subtitles about a beheading. These are non-explicit descriptions, but are acted out by the women. And Sex and Nudity. Most of the songs have burlesque, raunchy lyrics, but these are non-explicit. One movie remains. It's between 2 people right now. Julie at 23 points, Jere at 20 points, Josh at 8, Sammie at 4, as she's been the whole game.
I'm cool with it.
Sammie,
there are like 4 movies that I know the year they came out and someone was nominated that I've just been waiting for. So maybe.
Well, I will say at this point, I've read through all the years, so I really hope that you've heard one of the years you know at this point. For this last movie, would you like a movie from 1987, 2006, or 2012?
Let's go 2006. I'll let someone win with 2006.
All right. Final movie of the night from 2006. For 5 points under frightening and intense scenes, there is a lot of tension between the protagonist and the antagonist.
Yeah, that's a movie.
Movies.
Yeah, that's how movies work.
Jere, possibly for the win. What do you think this movie is?
Devil Wears Prada.
Josh, what do you think this movie is?
Cradle to the Grave.
Was that DMX and Jet Li?
Yeah, from the year 2000, is that? And Lee was in it too.
You know your microphone is in your beard right now. I can't hear a word you're saying.
It doesn't matter. Jet Li and DMX and Lee is there too, and from the year 2000. I think it's that.
Unfortunately, no, it is not.
Okay, is it Eight-Legged Freaks?
It is also not Eight-Legged Freaks. In the final moments of the game, however, Meryl Streep nominated for Best Actress for The Devil Wears Prada.
Oh, we're fighting.
Oh,
no.
I don't know how you got that from there's tension between the protagonist and the
That's like
antagonist.
every movie.
I know Meryl Streep movies. I worked at a Hollywood Video at the time that it came out.
Oh man,
I'm depressed.
it's 8:52 and this game is over.
You're part of the problem, Josh Pick.
Hey, I know.
Listen, I'm gonna take my 4. Okay, be happy with my 4.
There's every movie was guessed on the 4 or 5 point clue except for one. That was
I was waiting this whole time to like pull out like Paper Moon. like
no, I had like a special rule set up that if we got to the 1 point clue and nobody would get it, I would give you the actress, and never even came close to that. Just to wrap this up, the other clues in The Devil Wears Prada that I spent so much time putting down, under sex and nudity, in the opening sequence, we see many young, slender women getting ready for work. They are putting on bras and panties, which is seen, but there is no nudity. There is one brief camera shot of a woman walking around in her underwear, but that's it. Sex and nudity, there's a scene that lasts a few seconds of a lingerie model photo shoot. Frightening and intense scenes, the one particular scene where a young woman is struck by a taxi is mildly intense and unexpected. And violence and gore, a statement, quote, "a million girls would kill for this job," is repeated a few times, implying violence, but it is mainly related to luck and comedic purposes. No violence actually happens when this statement is said. That was The Devil Wears Prada. This was Inappropriate Movie Database. Our final scores for the night. Sammie at 4, Josh at 7, Julie at 23, Jere just narrowly catching that lead at 25, making Jere the winner tonight.
Carol never came up.
There were a couple of movies we didn't get to, but real quick game tonight. Good job, everyone. Before we go, I guess let's make this a short episode. If there is anything you want to promote, anywhere you want to be found, or just any last words, Sammie, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I have a comedy special out on YouTube. Just type in Sammie James, Your Mom Loves Me. You'll find it, or you'll find something else. I mean, or just find like me on YouTube, and it'll be there. I'm on all social media at Sammie Sam James. I run 2 monthly shows, The Waiting Room and The Badass Trans Woman of Comedy. And yeah, check those things out.
Awesome. Thank you for doing this again. Josh with the Italian flag for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. Look, I don't get your friggin' joy holidays, all right?
Also, happy Purim, Josh.
I don't know what that means. Thank you, though.
I tried. Josh, do you have anything?
Nah.
Perfect.
Just come to the live show at the Midway in Jamaica Plain on April 12th. It's the 110th anniversary of the sinking of the Titanic. So I often describe the show as a big fucking ship. So come on. Come on out. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have special guests and other stuff.
I don't know why I was leaning forward when Josh's mic was in his beard.
Oh man, I do it again. Well, I give up.
Thank you, Josh.
Yeah.
Julie.
Stop trying now.
So March 30th, I'm doing comic versus comic at Laugh Boston. And so if you also hate Tiny and want to see me make grown men cry, come to Laugh Boston on March 30th.
You're gonna really, really destroy him.
Yeah.
We not to steal. Just it's gonna be a massacre. You should go see Julie. Do that.
I'm so excited.
I'm gonna be there.
Yes.
Go see
The
Julie
cheering
just
for me,
utterly
though, right?
destroy Tiny.
Yeah, it's
friend of the
gonna
show,
be-
Tiny. He's been on the show before.
I'm like, Tiny and I were friends up until the 30th. Then he will hate me forever.
Well, thanks for coming back. Finally, our winner, Jere. You got anything, Ken?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter and Twitch and Letterboxd as Swing Dingling. Letterboxd got movie reviews, Twitter's whatever the fuck, and Twitch on Tuesdays. I stream Persona 4 for now. And you can find more of my stuff at filmsims.com.
Yeah, go there. Watch everything that all of these people do. They are wonderful people. Thank you all for doing this. Once again, Jere Pilapil, Josh Pick, Julie Cameron, Sammie James. I'm Nick Martucci. You can find me on all social media at Blundering Idiom. Find the show on Facebook, search Inappropriate Movie Database, or click the link in the description of this video. Follow on Twitter and Instagram at IMDb Game. Tune in next week. Next week, we got 2 shows I'm really excited for. Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel you're watching. We're doing movies from the last 5 years. Josh is coming back for that show. We also have Liz Esty on that show, first-time guest Robbie Dowdy on that show, and first-time guest Joey Clift on that show. So that's going to be such a fun show. Also, next Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, also coincidentally on this channel, Elsie Clark, friend of the show, is going to be hosting this show with Movies Elsie Has Seen. So I have no idea what that category is going to be. I don't know what they have pulled out, but that's going to be such a fun show. I'm going to be a contestant on that, as well as Liz Esty is going to be on that show as well. Jenny Ismay is going to be on that. Connor Shanahan's going to be on that. That's going to be it's going to be a delight. So please look out for those. Look out for more of these shows. I'm going to start booking for April soon. On top of the live show, April 12th at the Midway Cafe in Jamaica Plain, 7 p.m. Come out to that. Also, if you want to be a part of this show, like I said, I'm going to start booking for April soon. So please look out on any of those social medias and reach out to me. If you think this looks fun, I want to have you on the show. I love having new people. Like I said, next week we have some new folks on. I want you on. So if you want to be on, reach out to me. And if you know anybody who might want to do this show, reach out to me. It's so much fun to keep doing this. Like I said, I'm going to keep squeezing this stone until it runs dry. So please look out for all of that and go back and watch some other episodes. Thank you for watching this one. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Go do your drinking now. Thank you. Goodbye.